Bing bong, man.
Hey,
Jeez, wow, wowee! What a morning! What a morning of
wow.
issues and technical stuff and all that good stuff. But hey, man, we're here. We made it.
Oh, I'm in the top left today. That feels
Yeah,
nice.
shaking it up a little bit. Shaking it up. Box shake up. Well, guys, welcome to CineBoiz Podcast, part of the Corkbats Podcast Network. If you don't know what Corkbats is, be sure to follow them on social media at Corkbats on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Corkbats on YouTube, which is youtube.com/Corkbats. And of course, be sure to visit Corkbats.com. That's the website. That's where you find us. We've got a few reviews. Our latest review of The Fablemans is up, so be sure to check that out. Yeah, that was the writing the Fableman's review. I have never gotten emotional writing a review before, but I got a little
I've
emotional writing
heard
this one.
wildly different takes on the Fableman so
We'll
far.
talk
I
about
know
it.
you loved it.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
And then we should have some more reviews coming soon. We also got a special Avatar post, which will probably be up either today or tomorrow.
Ugh.
Be on the lookout for
If
that.
it's
Also
Avatar,
heard
is it
wildly
special?
different things about Avatar.
Yeah, so we'll talk about it too. But we are the CineBoiz, the movie TV gaming branch of Corked Bats. You can follow us here on Twitch, so you can watch us live. Looks like we got K Mango in the chat. We got Mom in the chat. Good to see you all. And be sure to keep up with us on social media, which
What
is
a mug. Hold
wait,
that up for the people.
what is that?
Prison Mike.
Prison Mike. I got
An
my buddy
amazing mug.
a mug with Prison Mike on it because he's Prison Mike.
Freaking love that.
Yeah, and be sure to keep up with us on social media as well. At CineBoiz on Twitter and Instagram. We don't have a TikTok. TikTok, I like it. It just kind of intimidates me. Maybe we'll get a TikTok.
TikTok scares me, you know?
Yeah.
The youths,
Yeah,
they scare me.
views. And you can also join our Discord, the link below. If you're on Twitch right now, you'll see that link below. Guys, happy Dewey Decimal System Day to all who celebrate.
I heard so much about the Dewey Decimal System from ages like 6 to 12, and then I
Yeah.
never heard from it again.
Yeah,
And I've never needed to use it since.
it's just
I have a lot of
honestly,
librarians really trying to force me into things I would never hear about again.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel like there's better systems.
We're like
I'll say
5
that.
minutes into the podcast, and Kevin's heard a lot of things from a lot of people on a lot of
I've
things.
heard so many things,
Where are you hearing all this stuff,
and
man?
About a lot
now
of things.
my question is: do we need a tier list of the systems?
Oh,
And
yeah.
where does Dewey Decimal?
Yes.
Okay, what?
System rank stream.
Give it 10 minutes, and I'll come back with my favorite system and my least favorite system. So far, Dewey Decimal towards the bottom. And you know what? Never mind.
Okay.
A good plumbing system's
let
got to
Ruben-
be up there.
Yeah, plumbing system is
Oh.
top notch. That's
Or a good
top
heating
tier
and
system.
cooling system
Ooh,
also
yeah.
up there.
Those are the top two.
Yeah.
Kind
Tom,
of
the
below
chat-
average though is the U.S. highway system. Too many trucks.
Too many trucks.
Too many
Too
trucks.
many.
Too many tolls.
Tom,
Too many-
the chat
too
is
many
wanting to
tolls.
know what's on your mug.
Oh, good question.
People are asking.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
How did I miss Tom's mug?
That is
It's Pop Elf.
that
Where
stands out
do
in the
you
crowd.
drink from?
That's a mug, Bill.
Oh, dang.
I kind of wish it was more like a Stein though, because that's
Yeah,
kind of
like
terrible.
it
But
flipped off.
I'm in the holiday spirit, so I don't really care.
Dude, that's awesome. Well, guys, I'm Kenny. I'm one of the co-hosts of the CineBoiz podcast. Today, I'm joined by all of our co-hosts, and let's just go around the table, figure out what's going on. Let's start with Tom. Tom, how are you?
I'm great.
I think I probably know the answer to this question, but what are you big on?
I'm big on my baby.
You got a baby.
We got a baby girl now.
Congratulations.
She's real cute, real sweet. Had her on just before we started.
Like
So
today?
sorry.
Like you
Like,
pushed her
just
out.
had her today?
You had her.
Right before we
No,
started?
on the
what?
on the
Mom.
screen.
Oh, yeah. No, we're not going to put the baby on the internet.
Time out for Mob for 5 minutes.
Wait, what did Mob say?
Tom said he just had her.
That's
what am
what I
I
heard.
supposed to understand?
And then Mob
Yeah.
goes, "Wait, Tom, you pushed her out?
Nice.
Sit this out."
I did
Look.
not.
Science.
I
Fun
did not
fact
push her
about
out.
Tom's daughter: she shares her birthday's the anniversary of Creed's all-time Thanksgiving performance.
That is,
with the guy
that's amazing.
flying through the air on the bed sheets or whatever those are.
that's an all-time halftime show.
You,
All
first, you just said Creed, and I was thinking Creed Bratton. So
Same.
I had to catch up for a minute.
Oh,
But now I
yeah,
know what you're talking
no.
about.
The real Creed.
Also, it's your anniversary too, right?
Yeah, but that's way less important
Wait,
than Creed.
today's your anniversary?
No, the 22nd.
22nd.
Got it.
The
Your
anniversary
birthday.
of my marriage to my lovely wife.
Congratulations on your anniversary. 10 years, right?
Yeah, sure.
You round up.
Might as well be.
Weird Adults in the chat saying just had custody of her today. Yeah, so yeah, Tom just got her. Like custody
I had to give her
papers
back.
were signed. Okay, got it. Well, Tom, we're glad you're here. Congratulations on becoming a father. That is a big deal. You're the only father on this stream as of right now.
Cinedad. That's me.
Congrats. Well, let's move on. Kev, how are you?
I'm good.
What are you big on today, my man?
Well, I've been hearing a lot of things today, and I hear that Mizzou and Kansas are renewing their rivalry this afternoon.
Yes.
And I know
That's great.
people don't really care, but I care.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
It's a very
And,
geographically specific sports thing, but the fact that
Yeah.
Mizzou and KU are playing today is very exciting.
Well, it's been a decade, maybe longer than a decade.
No,
2011,
About 10 years.
possibly.
Well,
We
a
played a few
meaningful
years ago.
game. A meaningful game.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago was a scrimmage.
That one didn't count.
Yeah, that didn't count.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
actual,
whatever.
Like, this one's for real.
And I don't want to get ahead of it. Like, I know Kansas is really good. They're always really good.
Yeah.
Whatever. But we can score the basketball.
We're not bad.
And
Yeah,
that's
this
hot.
has
That's
actually
top
been
tier
kind of
analysis you won't
impressive.
hear from other people. And the Vegas line is kind of low. It's like 3 points right now. It's like we have a puncher's chance. Be kind of cool. Be kind of
They've
cool.
actually been kind of fun to watch this season.
Oh yeah, they don't get in rock fights anymore like they did with Compton
Yeah.
Martin.
You
They
know-
can score the basketball.
Yeah, you know what? It's
They're
funny.
making threes.
People
Yeah,
get
it's
so
fun.
confused. Like, living here in Austin, like people get so confused when they see me wearing like Kansas City, like all the time, and then I'm like, I'm a huge Mizzou fan. They're like, what? How does that work? And then I
See,
have
that's
to
the thing
explain,
people
like,
outside of the state don't really understand. Kansas City's very 50-50.
but it's
Very
more like
50-50.
75 Missouri, and then
You're
like
honestly
25
probably right.
Kansas. Yeah,
I
What do
don't
you
know
think?
about that.
I don't know geography.
Well,
more-
so Kansas
it
City,
just depends.
Missouri
Mhm.
is all
Yeah.
like when you think of Kansas City, it's Missouri. However, when
But
you
the
go there,
suburbs
the
of-
fandom
Yeah.
is probably
Oh,
more
I see what
50-50
you're saying.
than what
Well,
you think.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah. No,
also,
that makes
well,
sense.
think about it now though. Like, if you were in Kansas City in 2008, you were going to see a lot more Mizzou stuff than Kansas stuff.
Yeah, that's true. You don't see it that much anymore.
Just because, well,
There-
maybe that's not a good example because they went to the national championship
Well-
in 2008 and won, and also they beat. Doesn't matter.
And you have the Fairweather who they would root for
Yeah.
Mizzou football and Kansas basketball.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you can't
Those
do that.
trash
It's
people.
just it's not not allowed.
There was like the last year we were in the Big 12 and Mizzou basketball was really, really good. And then we lost in the first round of the tournament, which was
Yeah.
like the worst, one of my least,
Devastating.
one of my worst sports experiences ever.
That was
Anyways,
the biggest. Like, I've wasted my entire.
Yes.
Why did I watch a second of basketball?
Was
this
that when
year?
they
Like,
lost
good
to like
that year.
Norfolk State?
yeah,
Yeah.
that was
No
so,
name.
I hate
I
don't
will
even think
never
about it.
forgive Frank Haith for doing that to me. So,
Yeah, that's
Hope you're-
frustrating.
having fun with your whatever. Anyway,
Anyways,
Zoo KU today.
yeah.
Yeah,
My mom wants to know
Mizzou
what
Arena.
time, what channel. I think it's at 4:15 and it's on ESPN.
Is it at 4:15?
I think
thought it was
so. I
earlier.
could be wrong.
Maybe I'm thinking of.
I think that's right.
Today's a big sports day. I'm not watching it, but I actually the World Cup's on my iPad right next to me, so that's happening.
Oh yeah.
Go Morocco.
But go Morocco.
Morocco.
Those-
Well,
Everyone knows
Kevin,
Moroccan soccer.
I'm glad you're here, man.
Thanks for letting me talk. I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop rambling now.
Yeah, that's great. We're glad you're here. And then we got our good friend Mob. Mob, how are you? Nashville Mob.
Howdy.
Sorry.
The howdy always gets me.
What are you big on, Nashville Mob?
I'm big on sick burns.
Sick Burns.
Ooh.
Yeah. So this week the Cardinals signed a catcher who used to play for the Cubs, and in his press conference he said, "Yeah, I was sitting there in Busch Stadium watching Albert Pujols hit his 695th home run, and I was just envisioning myself as a Cardinal." So he was sitting in there as a Cub, thinking of what it would be like to be a Cardinal. And sick burn on Chicago and the Cubs, you dummies.
Yeah. take
Yeah.
that,
Nice.
I don't know if
Chicago.
he meant it to be such a burn, but it was. He absolutely roasted their ass.
He
He was like
won
to play for traditional awesome franchise like this or whatever he said.
Yeah, he 100% did not mean to burn the Cubs, but he 110% roasted them.
It was like, oh my gosh, this lifeless body, get it out of here. It was, yeah.
So that just made me happy.
Yeah, well,
I think we're gonna like him.
Yeah, and honestly, anytime one of those kinds of sick burns happens, I giggle a little bit, even if it's against my team.
Oh yeah, I love a good burn.
Like when Jason Hayward left and called the Cardinals there, he was like, "Yeah, I didn't want to be a part of that aging core." Ooh.
Nice.
Then it turned out okay because that aging.
Then it turned out that Adam Wainwright and
Cubs career.
Yadier Molina had longer, better careers than he's had. So
there you go.
Sick burn on him. Sick burns everywhere.
But again, this is not a sports podcast.
Not a sports podcast.
No, this is a sick
Not
burns
at all.
podcast.
Yeah, we're all about
Sickest
burns,
of
though.
burns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, Mom, thank you so much. Glad you're here as well.
Hey Kenny, shut up for 1 second. What are you big on?
I'll tell you what
Hurry
I'm
up
big
and
on.
talk.
I
Hurry up and talk.
I'm big on the Fablemans, man.
Oh,
I
God.
love that movie. Holy crap, guys!
I can't even wrap my head around what it's gonna be like. I've heard
Is
so
this
many
good.
different things.
Isn't this what they call a vanity project?
I mean, I guess you could
It
call
just-
it. It's a loose, autobiographical movie about Spielberg growing up. It's
I'm
not.
out.
The name is different, but the circumstances are eerily similar. If you know anything about Steven Spielberg, yeah, it's fantastic. Our review's up on corkbats.com now. You can check it out and then go see the movie.
I've got a question for you, Kenny.
Mhm.
Has anybody come out and been like, "Hey, I went to high school with him. He was a freaking nerd, and that's not what happened."
Well, have you seen the movie?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So I mean, like, it's not that. If that makes any sense.
No, but I believe you.
It's great. It's such a good movie. I don't know what I was really expecting going into it. It might be my favorite Spielberg movie.
Whoa!
Yikes.
Ooh, that's hard because there's so
Let's hold
many.
it. Let that just give it a
That
month.
seems real prisoner of the moment.
Yeah.
Yes. Big
Like
time.
I haven't seen it, but it seems real.
Yeah.
Prisoner. It could
It
be
could
very
be.
good.
It
Real
could
Don't
be.
get me
recency
wrong.
bias.
I love to be thrown in the prison of the moment.
I'm
but-
very much a
Oh,
prisoner of the moment.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Nothing matters except for right now. That's
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
The past is done. The future is not going to ever get here, right? So
yeah.
let's live like there's no tomorrow. That's a Kesha lyric, I think.
Kesha's wise.
She is.
Kind of is, though.
Have you ever seen that video of Kesha trying to give Jerry Seinfeld a hug?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
it's
says
so
no.
painful. Jerry
thanks.
Seinfeld's
No.
such a a-hole from everything I've heard.
I don't think he knew
Oh.
who she was.
So I watched.
You're
a
probably
clip,
right.
I watched
I think-
a clip of Jerry Seinfeld this week talking about his son. He was like on Jimmy Fallon, and he was like, "Yeah, my son talks to me, and like I'll say something, and he'll be like, 'You're not wrong,' and then I was like, 'Wow, I could be Jerry Seinfeld's son.' That's what I say all the time."
That's funny.
Would you want to be Jerry Seinfeld's son?
No,
You
Okay.
wouldn't want to be Jerry Seinfeld's son?
Be
rich as hell. Isn't he like based off of just like residuals from Seinfeld? He's like a billionaire.
Yeah.
They're all
He's
billionaires.
He's like the
I'm
richest
pretty sure.
comedian.
That's
They're
nuts.
all like, well, Julie Louis-Dreyfus was already rich, and
Yeah.
then she has actually had a successful career post Seinfeld, and then she still gets the residuals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good for them. Well, we should
Honestly,
start a show
Jerry,
like Seinfeld and get those residuals.
if you're
That's
listening,
my next plan.
Release some more comedians in cars drinking coffee.
I
That's
think
all
he's
you've
done with
ever
that,
done in
man.
your life.
I don't think he
I
wants to
do
do
like
that.
that show
I
a
know he
lot.
said he's done, but that's only good. That's all that
He's
not
loves.
funny.
I feel like it's Jerry Seinfeld's MO. Like he's gonna find something that works really, really well, and he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna stop doing it now because people really want it.
Well,
That's
the perfect
not
thing
a
about
bad
it-
idea.
The perfect thing
That's
about
great.
it is that everyone else was funny and he was just kind of there, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was great. It's still, I mean, you can watch it on Netflix still. It's really good.
I love it. I think
It's really
great.
soothing.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, let's get
It
into
is. There's
some.
lots of coffee shots, a lot of like chill jazz. It's nice.
Mhm.
And then
Let's
you got
get
Jerry
into
Interesting
some.
people.
Let's get into some headlines before we get too far down the Jerry Seinfeld rabbit hole here.
I just want to say we've come out hot this morning.
We really have, which
Mainly
is
me.
surprising because I'm
I'm
very
all over
low
the place.
energy today, and I'm trying to. I've got the coffee going. I'm trying to get the energy going, but I'm kind of moving slow today. I'm a little tired guy.
Well, then keep it up.
All right. Here we go. Headlines. Ready? First headline. Kind of a sad headline. Actually, it is a sad headline. It's not even kind of. Kirstie Alley passed away this week.
Very sad. Very sad.
Kind of unexpectedly.
What could be more sad than a death?
That's a good point. It's a very good point.
Kind of sad. This person is no longer. Yeah. Very sad, Kenny.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, Kirstie, she hasn't really been in the spotlight too much over the past, decade or so, but I was just kind of thinking about it over the week, and I figured I'd pose this question to you guys. Like, what do you think is probably your most memorable Kirstie Alley performance, or what do you think stands out the most to you guys when you think about Kirstie Alley?
Rebecca Howe, Cheers.
Yeah, I figured Tom would say that.
Great question.
It takes two.
It Takes Two. What
Seriously,
a movie.
that is what I
Nice.
remember the most from. I had a sister growing up, so I watched that movie all the time.
That is a Kirstie Alley, Steve Guttenberg / Olsen twin classic.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
I
don't
feel
know if
like
I've seen
mine
that
is going to
one.
be really. I don't know.
Tom kind of
Lucas
stole
talking?
mine, but I figured Tom was going to say that anyways. But
Yeah.
thinking about the Cheers thing, like she kind of
Yeah.
came in and made that show. I wouldn't say better, but she definitely didn't hurt the show at all.
No.
Yeah.
She definitely helped fill that void that
Yeah.
had been created by Shelley Long.
Yeah.
Stupidly left midway through.
Yeah, selfish.
Stupid.
She had some awesome hair back in the day.
She did.
Yeah.
Voluminous.
I also
Voluminous.
another thing. I never saw the movie, but the cover of her and Tim Allen as that painting.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Oh,
Richard
when I-
yes.
Yes, when I think
did see that.
Blockbuster,
Yep.
that is the cover I think of.
Yeah.
Because
Okay,
I always
yeah.
saw it at Blockbuster.
It was always there.
There's 9 or 10 covers that are just scream blockbuster to me.
Yeah.
One of them is that. The other one is it's the one of I'm blinking on everybody's name. Chandler Bing, Fools
Matthew
Rush
Perry.
In. I don't know why. I always
Yeah,
think
yep,
of Fools
Fools
Rush
Rush
In
In.
when I think of blockbuster.
Yeah, those were
Really
the
just
big
a lot of
posters of the late
rom-coms.
90s.
What
Yeah,
really
ton of
makes us think
rom-coms.
of Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say the movie I always think about is Look Who's Talking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
classic.
That first Look Who's Talking classic movie. The other two, not great.
There's 2 more.
Yeah,
I knew
there's
there was
3 of
another
them.
one. What?
I never
they're
even
both
saw
bad.
the others.
I knew about the second one.
The
Huh.
third one is the one with the dogs, where Danny DeVito's the voice of the dog.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
What? That sounds like
Is
a
it a
fever dream.
theatrical release?
I don't know. I remember seeing it on
Huh.
TV, so I can't confirm whether or not that was a theatrical release, but
Interesting.
I mean,
Is Look Who's Talking what she's most famous for? You think?
I would say Cheers.
Cheers.
I like Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cheers has
You
got to
just
be
said
what
it.
she's most famous for. Like anybody who was tweeting something this
Cool.
week about Kirstie Alley, it had to do with Cheers. So
Yeah.
yeah, nobody was really talking about Look Who's Talking.
Yeah, because the best
Nope.
Look Who's Talking is Michael Scott.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm one of those babies from Look Who's Talking.
Can I?
Someone was
Sure. Hey, I'm a baby.
Oh, baby.
Mom, I need milk.
Oh man.
I'm thirsty, mama.
Well,
That's a quote for those at home.
Flip it off.
Someone tweeted out the other day like the age of all the people in Cheers, like while they were playing Cheers, and it
Yes.
was like
It's upsetting.
people used to look so old.
yeah.
We're encroaching
We're
on
the
those
age-
ages.
Yeah.
And we look like
Like-
babies compared to that.
Yeah.
Well, and
I
like,
just
how
haven't
old is
lived
Ted
enough hard
Danson
times.
now?
I think he's in his 70s.
He's a 70 something.
He
So-
looks pretty good for being in
He's
his
a
70s.
silver fox.
Yeah, so
But he also
40
looked
yeah.
like he was 45 when he was
Right.
30.
Yeah,
That's true.
He's in his, he's like our age when that show started, essentially.
Yeah.
And I do not look like I'm Ted Danson's age at the season 1 of Cheers. It could just be
No.
like the time period.
Yeah.
Everybody just look older. But
The dress, yeah, maybe.
like I think I'm always gonna look like a teenage boy until I'm in.
We
my
also
50s
have
or
better
60s.
skincare routines these days.
Yeah.
and-
That's true.
Yeah,
I will say Woody Harrelson kind of looks the same. He hasn't.
Yeah.
I feel like he hasn't changed.
that's
a
the
lot.
Yeah.
weed, man. Keeping him young.
Preserving him.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, rest in peace, Kirstie Alley. Thank you for all the
R.I.P.
great memories. So guys, I'm kind of sick of talking about this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it anyways, because there's just more news to talk about. Big DC shakeups once again.
Change
I'm
the
just
record,
tired
am I
of it.
right?
I just don't care.
So we were going to get a Man of Steel 2, which was like big news like a month ago, and now apparently that's not happening, which is a bummer. And then Wonder Woman 3 apparently has been shelved. That's not happening.
Oh no.
And the worst news, which I didn't know was a thing until
I didn't either.
yesterday, is that they were going to make a Batman Beyond movie
That I am kind of bummed about.
with Michael Keaton, and they were also going to have Michelle Pfeiffer in it.
Ah,
You can't break my heart by telling me you're not going to do this thing.
Right. So
just
don't
tell me.
talk about it.
yeah. So it's a bummer because like
Would have been
apparently these things were on the slate, and now it's either, well, James Gunn came out and said like, hey, we saw this article in the New York Times, or it was like Hollywood Reporter or something like that, and he's like, look, some of it's true, some of it's not true, some of it may become true, we just can't confirm anything yet, but just so you know, like, yes, we're shaking things up, and it's all in service of a overarching story for the next 10 years, so you may not get some of this stuff.
I really like that.
Damn.
Like strategy. Just if someone hears something about me, just like, you know, it could be true. Some of it may become true. Hard to say. And you just leave that. Just never let anybody know your next move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of it's true, some
No?
of it's not true, some of it could become true. That's a good answer.
Maybe go after yourself. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that in my next marital argument. You know, Amy, some of that could become true. Who's to say, really? I don't know. Like, did I buy it? It could become true when it comes to the house and it's here. But till then, I don't know. If that's
As of
true.
right now, I can't confirm whether it's
That
true or not
money's
true.
maybe spent. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Could become true.
So maybe that'll be our last DC discussion for the next few months. Probably not. It'll probably come up next time we do a headline show, but we'll see. I don't know. You know, we could have a very large conglomerate of DC fans who are getting their news from us,
I don't
and
think
they're
so.
probably very upset right now. So sorry. But moving on, we got some great trailers since we last did a show. Like 3 really big ones I think we need to talk about. The first one is Cocaine Bear. What?
Yes, let's go.
I
How
thought it was a
insane.
joke for most of the day. I really did.
Fact
Oh,
that
this is a real movie.
could be Ray Liotta's final work
Yeah.
is
the
one
best.
phenomenal. But also, how is Nick Cage not in this movie?
Yeah,
I know.
This has
Like
Nick
he
Cage
should
wreen
be.
all over it.
Yeah.
What if it
It's
comes
got
out that
all
Nick
the things
Cage-
of a Nick Cage movie.
What
Yeah.
if it comes out that Nick Cage was the bear? Kind of like Andy Serkis was Gollum.
Motion
Nick Cage
cap,
is
yeah.
the bear, you know?
That would be the best, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, I need that.
Well, I didn't know this, but apparently it's
Getting
directed
inside
by
the mind of the bear.
it's
that
directed
just
by
did
Elizabeth
cocaine.
Banks.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
I'm learning
So-
so many things about this movie.
Well, like when I saw the trailer, I was like, of course that looks ridiculous, and I want to see it because it's just what a wild concept for a movie: a bear that does cocaine and goes on a rampage. But then you find out it's directed by Elizabeth Banks, who is, fantastic.
Yeah.
Like you don't think
Here's
that's a
a-
movie she's gonna like pivot into, where she's like, yeah, I want to direct
Right.
a movie about a cocaine bear.
Here's a question for the panel. What's a worse way to die than a bear high on cocaine mauling you? Can't be that many. Like the list,
That's at the top.
pretty
I'd say.
short.
Does it really make that much of a difference whether or not the bear is on cocaine?
Yeah, I think it does.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be a quick death. I think the worst death might be drowning underneath fire.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Because-
Dude, I
That's
still
pretty
Because
bad.
you can't, there's like,
times.
what do
That's
I
pretty
choose?
bad.
Do I drown or do I go up and burn?
I had like a visceral reaction in theater to that. For those that don't know, we're talking about Dunkirk, where there's
Oh,
that
yes.
scene where,
I wasn't even referencing
Oh,
Dunkirk.
he was
I
just
was
saying
just
in
well,
general.
there's that scene
In
where
general.
they're on the ship, or is it maybe the submarine, and it sinks,
Yes.
and you're just in pitch blackness, but you're underwater, and then you go up and people are on fire because there was an oil spill on top of oh my gosh.
yeah,
I almost left
That's the
theater.
worst way to go.
yeah, no good.
IMO.
Yeah,
But
I-
also, like a bear just like kind of chomping you to death. You're
Yeah,
right. It could be over
sounds
quickly. Could be over
awful.
quickly.
I don't
And if
know.
she starts at the feet,
yeah.
then that sucks.
I don't want to get burned. I don't want to drown, and I don't want to get eaten. I think that's fair.
That's a fair list
But-
of demands.
But if you wake up as a donut, would you eat yourself?
Stuff depends
Probably.
on the donut, I guess.
I know I would.
Fair enough. So yeah, check out Cocaine Bear in theaters. I think in January. I think it's coming out pretty soon. Let's check that out. And then we also got the trailer for Indiana Jones 5, which okay.
He's so old.
Well, they're gonna de-age him, Kevin.
I don't care. He still
be
doesn't
fair-
move like a.
To be
He's-
fair, they showed that scene in the trailer where they de-aged him. I did not realize he was de-aged in that. I thought that was like a clip from Raiders.
Yeah, it's pretty
That was-
short, but yeah.
That was crazy. But overall, I don't know how I feel about it.
Well, it's not directed by Steven Spielberg, which I don't
Right.
know is a good thing. It is James Mangold, who's an excellent director. His
Yep.
last movie was Ford versus Ferrari, and then before that was Logan.
Logan.
So he's an excellent director. I have all the
Yeah.
faith in the world that he'll make a good movie. It is kind of weird though that like Steven Spielberg was like going to direct it, and he's like, you know what, I'm just not going to do it.
How old is
Steven
these
Spielberg
days?
is 75 years old.
Yeah, see, he just doesn't have time to do things he doesn't want to do
Because
anymore. Which I
the dude
respect.
makes a movie every year still. Like, and he's like
Every year?
15 years younger than Clint Eastwood, who's still making a movie at least every 2 years.
Why is Clint Eastwood still around?
Dude,
Like,
I don't think he's ever gonna.
He seems
die.
like an all-around bad guy. And
Well,
it's like in today's world, how has he not been just canceled off the face of the earth by now? You know, he said some horrendous things to people.
because he can still make a good movie.
still
His
makes
acting
good
career
movies,
is
man.
done. He
Yeah.
should not act.
Well, I mean, he
Oh, but
still
yeah, he can
wants
still
to act
direct.
though.
Well, that's the problem
Yeah.
with him. If he makes a movie, he's gonna be in it.
Not all the time.
I feel like he's gotten to a point now where if he's in the
You're not
movie,
wrong.
it's not going to be good. But if he just
Correct.
directs it,
Correct.
it's really
It's a
good.
pretty good movie.
Well,
yeah.
Clint Eastwood's the king of rolling out a trip. Like I remember American Sniper. I was like, this is gonna be the best movie ever made,
Mhm.
and then it was just okay
It's
because
pretty good.
It was pretty
That
good.
was
I-
good.
I thought it was better than
I think
that.
that was his best one that he's made in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I think if I'm rating it, I'm giving it a even 6 out of 10. When I was
Okay.
expecting like an 8.5 out of 10. You know,
Yeah.
that's partly on me for expectation, but
I think
Like-
his greatest performance is the Republican
Macho?
National Convention talking to the chair. Like,
Well, I would say that his performance in that and Cry Macho were very similar.
Very stiff.
Yeah, he didn't
very
move
stiff,
much.
and like
Stilted.
people are just like, "What am I watching?"
There's a dancing scene, and the invisible chair's actually just dancing around him.
Good stuff.
It's interesting.
Clint, you make
I will
movies, I
say
guess.
about Indiana Jones. I read
Oh,
an
yeah.
article.
Oh yeah,
that-
that's where we started.
I read an article not too long ago that they did some test screenings and they did like a few of them and they got ripped. They got ripped to shreds.
Oh,
so
that's great news.
I'm not hopeful,
Yeah.
but I'll give it a shot.
Because here's
Sure.
the
See-
thing about James Mangold, right? He's got Ford versus Ferrari, he's got Logan, he's got Walk the Line, but he also has Night and Day.
Night and Day. What a movie.
So like it's not out of the realm of possibility that it could be a bad movie.
Well,
Also,
I'm just scared
it's-
for Harrison Ford's mobility. How well can he run around?
Well, I mean, you
Did
got
you-
stunt
I mean,
doubles, and
He looks like he's moving around
it
fine.
seems like he's
Did you
all
guys-
right.
It's
Did you
also
watch
called
the last Star Wars where he's running down the hallway? He's basically just I don't know.
Did you
And
guys
I was-
see he's also going to be in this like Apple TV show with Jason
with
Segel?
Jason Segel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seagal.
Seagal, whatever.
Steven
I was
Seagal
just like-
and Jason Seagal's evil twin.
I
I
think
was-
he's a shrink, so he doesn't have to like move a
Right.
whole-
He doesn't have to move a lot, but
Yeah.
it's just kind of like that seems
I'm
out
gonna
of-
watch anything with
Also,
Harrison Ford. I don't
I
care how
think
old
he
is.
I think Harrison Ford would be the worst shrink ever.
Yeah. He'd
You
just be
tell him
really
your problems
grumpy.
and he'll be like, dude,
Or just-
You couldn't
suck
keep
up.
it in your furry pants, could you? You sick son of a bitch. That's my wife.
Oh, that was an amazing impression.
That was really good.
Finger point and all.
There it is.
Thank you.
I gotta write that down for the old clip of the week.
Yeah, so I think Indiana Jones, that comes out in the summer. So be on the lookout for that. Could be bad.
What's this one called?
The Dial,
The Dial
of
of Destiny, which also doesn't give me a lot of hope. That just sounds dumb.
Destiny.
Yeah, it's not a good name. I'll say it. It's a worse
better
name
than
than Kingdom
Crystal
of the Crystal
Skull?
Skull.
Yeah. That actually at least intrigued me.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny sounds like a really bad LucasArts game from the 90s on
Yes.
PC.
On PC.
Yeah.
I haven't played that though.
Yeah, I'd play it.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out Indiana Jones coming this summer, and then also coming this summer, which we got the first trailer for, is Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which looks good.
I'll go see it.
I'll go see it. It's gonna be the last one.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Where's everybody at with Marvel right now?
I think I've hit a plateau.
Yeah, me too. I'm indifferent almost at this point.
Maybe it'll turn around. It's just in a kind of a, I wouldn't say a bad phase. It's just in a kind of a dead
Just
phase.
a lull.
What was the last thing that I watched that like blew me away? I couldn't
mean-
tell you.
I thought Black Panther 2 was good.
Oh shoot, I haven't seen that yet.
It's fine.
It was
Not
it
as
was
good as the
good.
first one.
The first half was really good because of the tribute part, and then the second half was just kind of like any other Marvel movie.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I mean the trailer looks good. It looks a little bit more serious than previous Guardians movies. So I think it'll probably be a little bit more of a tearjerker.
I think it's going to be interesting. I think we're going to see. So, Thor: Love and Thunder. I think everybody was like, "Okay, we have taken ourselves out here," and so I think we're going to see a big old swing back towards a little more serious, a little more Thor 2. Hopefully, not too much like Thor 2.
Well, he came out and said that he wants to go a little darker for
I know
the next
he
Thor
did,
movie.
and I think he was like, "Yeah." When he
What
said
have I
that, I was like,
become?
okay, yeah.
Which would be the
My whole life is a joke.
fifth Thor movie. That's a lot.
Man.
So that's a lot.
That's a lot.
As someone who loves the Thor, like my favorite Avenger, that's a lot. And at this point, how are you going to top Ragnarok?
Yeah, 3 seems like the limit.
It was the perfect amount of jokiness to seriousness.
Mom wants to know, is Warlock in this one? Yes. I believe so. So check it out. All right. And then we got some streaming news. Stream news. HBO Max and Discovery Plus have decided on a name, and it's Max. Max.
All right.
Probably,
I honestly think losing the HBO part is not good for the brand.
I
Yeah.
think they should have just called it Warner Brothers Plus. Like, is that?
Or hear me out.
That's
Hear
kind
me
of a
out.
mouthful.
Just keep it HBO Max and put all of Discovery Plus on there. No one's
Yes.
Well,
gonna know.
that's what they did originally. That's what it had been for the last couple months.
Yeah.
I think
And it was great.
Well, the problem is that more people watch Discovery Plus than HBO Max. I think that's like numbers
Blows
wise,
my
which
mind.
is
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Is it because of all the Chip and Joe
Yeah.
home shows?
Yep.
Which are all on HBO Max right now.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I just saw that Chip and Joe bought a castle.
They
Didn't
bought a
really
castle
watch any
in
of it,
Waco.
but they bought a Waco castle.
I believe
Huh.
it's in Waco, if I'm not
It
mistaken.
is.
I don't think they do anything.
I've seen a couple episodes.
Not
There's
in
a
Waco.
castle in Waco.
Yeah.
Yep, they
You know,
bought it. They're flipping it.
I'm not the biggest Chip and Joe fans, but I will say I respect Chip's enthusiasm for life.
Yeah.
I wish I could be more
Yeah.
like that.
Seems like a
sometimes.
fun
Same.
guy.
Seems like a great
I
hang.
hang out with them.
I feel like we would get along really well, but Joe would not like me. Like that's
Yeah,
that's
you
the
know
vibe
what?
I pick up.
I
It's like she
think-
would not put up with my nonsense.
Chip would have a heck of a time at the Schwinky house with the boys.
Oh yeah.
Hell
There
yeah.
you go.
And I think Joe would be like,
You're a
"No,
moron."
you boys.
You guys are
Don't-
children. And it's like, yeah, but we're a lot of fun.
Yeah, but she also is married to Chip.
That's true. That's a good
Like
point.
she has to deal with that. Not deal with
She
that,
doesn't
but
seem
you know.
like she's uptight or anything, though.
No.
All right, I'm going to say it.
I don't know about
I
that.
think, oh, she is very uptight.
I think
What are
she's
you
very
talking
uptight.
about, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why I don't
okay.
think she would like me.
That's her whole shtick.
Yeah.
Maybe I just
think
haven't
we
seen
can-
enough episodes then.
I think
don't
we
know.
can officially come out as a pro Chip Gaines podcast.
Well, let's
Yeah.
be clear. I don't think we're an anti-Joe Gaines podcast.
No,
No,
I'm
but
definitely not.
specifically pro Chip
Yeah. Yeah.
because
but
he
if we're
seems
gonna-
like a great time.
Yeah. He's a good
Someone
hang.
should
Solid
be
hang.
keeping track of
Solid
the
hang.
things we're pro and against at
Yeah,
this
we gotta,
point.
we
I'd
gotta
like to
keep
know.
notes. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the last? Oh, we're pro Bullet Train, but that kind of aged bad.
Hey, it's on Netflix now. Go back and watch it and realize that's
I
not
will.
that good.
False.
Hey, just relax, okay?
And then last news story
Oh.
of the day. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Hold on. Speaking of Bullet Train and Brad Pitt, I'm starting to see Babylon ads in
Yep,
my
on
Instagram
Instagram.
feed, and I'm getting
Mhm.
nervous.
Yeah.
Well, it's on HBO now. HBO or just
No,
now
not
it's on
Amsterdam.
Max.
Babylon.
Oh, I'm getting them mixed up now.
Yeah,
That's
I
how
know
bad
what
both
you're
of them
thinking,
were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amsterdam apparently was trash.
but Babylon's starting to pop up in like my
Yeah.
real feeds
Mine
or
too.
whatever, and
I
I'm
saw
starting to get
a-
nervous.
I saw a trailer like 2 weeks ago, and it's like the exact template for a trailer of a movie that knows it's not good and needs to like kind of punch you in the face so that you're like, whoa, this movie. And
Well,
then you go
here's-
up and almost nothing of what you see in the trailer is present in the movie.
Here's what I'll say. I feel like I've seen like the pre-embargo social media reaction on this movie, and it seems positive. But then again,
Okay.
like pre-embargo
little-
usually doesn't say
Yeah.
mean much, because
Right, and And we'll see how much it starts popping up as we get
Hey.
closer. But it's a whoa moment for
Yeah.
me because that's typically
Red
a sign.
I'm gonna write this down. We're gonna do this now, and we're gonna see who's right. Give me an opening weekend Rotten Tomato scores from everybody.
For Babylon?
For Babylon?
Yeah, just take 10 seconds, think about it. I will call on you by name.
Okay.
Give me your score.
All right.
This is good podcasting, by the way.
It's great. Silence is key to good podcasts. I'd
Great
say.
for our listeners.
All right, Kenny, give me your score. Opening weekend. Babylon.
Opening weekend, I'm going to say 76.
Whoa. All right. Tom.
I'll go about 65.
Okay. Moboito.
I'm going to go 82, but I want to specify that I think it's going to be a big difference in audience score.
Yes.
And
Yeah, this is specifically a critic score, not audience.
right.
All right. I'm going low. I'm going 58. And
Okay.
we will see who is the winner. I wrote it on a Post-it, so we might not forget it, but we probably will.
Watch it be
let's
like
honest.
96.
I would love it. I'd
Yeah,
be
sure.
very happy. If
Yeah,
it's-
that'd be awesome.
I don't want it to be bad.
I want it to be really good
Yeah.
because I'm
No,
very
yeah.
intrigued.
I'd like to see this movie and have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's my hot take.
So hot.
And then our last news story of the day. Rush Hour 4 reportedly in development, according to Jackie Chan.
That's a good source.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
True.
I don't think he'd lie about it.
Do we really want Rush Hour 4 though? I don't even think I've seen Rush Hour 3.
I don't think I did
I
either.
have not. It's such a. I think Gen Z won't even know like what Rush Hour is.
Yeah,
they,
no,
won't. And I think the generation that watched it will just be like, why?
Yeah.
Like, let's let it be. It was great when it came out.
I don't know. I bet there's going to be a wide swath of us who are just like, oh, yeah, another one. Let's go.
I'm sure there will be a few
Is
people
it-
like that.
When was the last Rush? When was Rush Hour 2 released, Mob?
Rush-
Since you're our official fact checker, figure that out.
Rush Hour 2
You're always
was
the guy.
released.
You're the Googler.
Rush Hour
Like,
2 was
99?
2001.
2001?
Oh, I should have. Kenny knows just
Yeah,
in his
I don't need
brain.
to look it up. 2001. Go ahead, confirm it, Mob.
So yeah, it's been.
It was 2001.
20,
Yep, got it.
20
Well, there's been
years.
Rush Hour 3 was 2007.
Yeah,
2007.
I remember Rush Hour 3 was like I
Yeah,
think
but-
my freshman year of college.
I didn't. Did anyone here see it?
No,
No.
didn't
No.
see it.
All right, then it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned,
So
that's our motto. If we didn't see it, then it doesn't exist.
let's check out Rush Hour
The
4.
CineBoiz.
Apparently coming. It's in development. We'll see it in 3 years, maybe. You know what? Honestly, here's my bet: it never comes out. It was just a news thing
Yeah.
that I saw, and I was like, "Yeah, we'll talk about it." But I
I do
doubt
miss
it.
Jackie Chan as a general like. I just.
Oh, I
miss
love
him.
Jackie Chan.
I know he's still doing a lot in China these days, but I wish he'd come back to like The Foreigner.
He's
Pretty
like he's
decent
in
movie.
his 60s now, isn't he? Like pushing
At
70.
least. He
He looks awesome,
but
if
he's
in
yeah,
his 60s.
amazing shape.
I wish I could be in as good a shape as Jackie was in his 50s when I was in my 20s. You know, that kind of thing.
fair. Oh
If that
man.
made any sense.
Well,
to anybody.
guys, that's the biggest headlines of the past few weeks. So why don't we move on to
Right on.
some movie anniversaries?
You got it. I got a big one today, boys.
Ooh, yay.
Like multiples.
Multiples.
Here we go. Happy 5-year anniversary to Star Wars The Last Jedi in the Shape of Water.
Great
Finding
movie.
Nemo.
Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo.
Happy
also Star
10
Wars, but
yeah.
Finding Nemo.
Happy 10-year anniversary to Django Unchained and Silver Linings Playbook.
Wow.
Django. I
Wow.
loved both those movies.
Who knew that
Oh,
December
great.
was a good month for movies? Not me.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah. Except for the
Hmm.
last couple of years. Happy 25-year anniversary to Jackie Brown, As Good as It Gets, and Titanic.
Oh yeah, they were doing
Wow.
that old Oscar push in 1997.
Mhm.
Damn.
This is the best movie anniversaries we've ever had.
He had so many
as far
good
as the
ones.
lineup goes.
So many.
Yeah.
Those were mostly all bangers.
Yeah. December's a good month. Shoot, guys. Well, that's gonna bring us
I
to
have
the end.
seen every one of those movies.
Yeah,
And
I've
I can
seen every
never
one of
say
them
that
too.
about any of the
I
other.
think the only one I haven't seen is I haven't seen Jackie Brown or As Good as It Gets. Everything else,
Oh.
though.
Oh, As Good as It Gets is a solid.
Yeah.
I've
Ken, when
almost
was that made? What's
90
minus 25? 90.
97.
I'm really bad
97.
at math. 97.
Yeah,
Good
You
as
should
it
watch
gets, it's
it.
pretty good.
Watch it with the lady and the new lady.
I've come across it on Netflix before, and I've almost pulled the trigger on it, but it's usually like 10 p.m. and it's like a 2.5-hour movie.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good though. It's pretty good. Weird Adult
Check
says,
it out.
what's James Cameron up to lately? It's funny.
Avatar.
Avatar 2.
I'll say it. Titanic
Avatar.
might be James Cameron's last great movie.
So we're going to have an Avatar post on corkbats.com either today or tomorrow. And it's kind of, well, I don't know. I rewatched Avatar like last week because I hadn't seen it since it was in theaters. Like I literally have not cared to watch it since it was in
I've
theaters.
seen
And I
it
was like, you know,
once.
I'm going to go back and watch it. And without the pull of 3D and like special effects, I mean, I'll say this, it still looks pretty good on Disney Plus in 4K, but man, it's
Some
really,
of the things
I
I'm
didn't think it's
seeing
that
on
good of a
Twitter about
movie.
this new one, though,
I
just
know, that's
can't
the
really
thing.
believe. With
Early
my
reaction
brain.
is saying it's like James Cameron's best movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
I don't believe
I had
it.
the same reaction, Tom.
I
know
don't
people
want it to
hate
be
it.
good.
Well,
But like, here's the thing. There are those people out there who are Avatar stans
Mhm.
and would
That's
tell you
true.
that Avatar is his greatest movie. And so I think it's the same people because there's just
It's
no
gotta
way
be.
in my mind that this, like,
Can't
after what
agree.
Avatar was, that this could be like just that much better.
well, I'll say this: AFI released their top 10 of the year, and Avatar 2 was on it, which is,
gosh.
I mean, that's a
Damn
pretty
it.
big deal.
I think my favorite part about Avatar is that episode of Parks and Rec where Andy Samberg is the park ranger and he just starts shouting, "Leslie, did you ever see Avatar? I was going to read the book first, and then I realized there's not a book, so I just saw the movie and it was pretty good." That's my
It's a
favorite.
really
I mean,
underrated cameo.
Mhm.
if you look at the Rotten Tomatoes, Avatar has an 82, like, across the board, audience score and critic score.
Mhm.
So, like, it was enjoyed by people. I just don't understand
I
it.
don't think it's bad. I think I should clarify that. I don't think it's a bad movie, but when you watch it, like, I just felt like, man, this just seems like, it doesn't seem like it should be the highest grossing film of all time.
No.
It just doesn't
Well-
seem like it has that kind of an effect on me.
You do have
I-
to take into account, like, now that the formula has been done so many times now by all these Marvel movies, like, we've kind of, I don't know, we've seen the same movie 15 times now through different superhero lenses. It's kind of the same thing. Like, we have
Mhm.
to save our world, blah, 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 blah.
I also
At the
feel
time,
like
it was a little different, maybe.
But I
Well-
also feel like if you've got to use 3D as a crutch, like,
It was
that's
for sure a crutch.
that's not a good
And-
movie.
And I think that's why it got such a high rating, was because of the technical, like, at that
Sure.
time when it came out, technically speaking, it was pretty phenomenal, 3D or not, you know, but
Yeah.
it's 2022 now.
The
The other
Like,
And
thing
we're
I'm going to
gonna-
say is this.
we've advanced.
When it's all said and done, we're gonna have 5 of these movies.
Yeah. The other thing I'll say is this. We're all going to see it. Like, that's
No, we're not.
That's kind of what the gist of my post is going to be about. The blog post is like, yeah, we're all saying that we don't really care, but everyone's still going to see it. Like,
I don't
that's,
think
You
I'm
can
gonna.
say that, but I
don't think I'm
probably
gonna.
won't.
you're going to see it. Don't lie.
This
I don't
movie
think I
is
will.
longer than the amount of
It
sleep I'm
costs
getting every
me.
night.
It costs me $40 to go to the movies with my wife here, just for the movies.
Inflation.
I'm not going to go see this for $40.
You might. I think you will.
Yeah, Joe Biden, what are you going to do about the price of an Avatar 2 ticket?
Yeah. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, Kay says, save this clip for when Mob sees it later. We'll do. Guys, that's going to bring us to the end.
I don't think you understand how I'm built as a human. Like, I will actually go out of my way not to see it now.
Yeah, he
Very-
just
built
very
that.
kind of like
He's going to be a stubborn little boy about it.
just kind of like
Stubborn
the
little
gushing over
cuss.
the Fablemans makes me not want to see it.
Yes, I'm with you there.
It's so good. You guys are missing out. Could win Best Picture. I don't think it will, but I don't think it deserves to either. But it is very good. Guys,
I'll probably see it. I'll see the Fablemans.
Yeah.
I will not see Avatar
that
2.
is going to bring us to the end of this conversation. Guys, it's been wonderful. If you are, again, a fan of our show, please consider subscribing, following on Twitch. We'd really appreciate it. And then be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the CineBoiz. Check out corkbats.com and follow Corkbats on social media at Corkbats on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. So we're going to end this stream, and this episode comes out Monday, December 12th. So if you're listening, thanks so much for listening. We are a podcast first and foremost, so you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that good stuff. So we're going to end this stream. We are going to do another stream today, though. So if you're hanging out with us on Twitch, just hang in there. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back. We got a really fun second episode for today, which will release on December 19th if you listen to the podcast. Got some nominations for the Tommies, so be sure to tune in. Guys, you got anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay. Well, thanks, everybody. Thanks, Kay. Thanks, Weird Adult. Thanks, Mom. Thanks for all hopping in the chat with us. Really appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I didn't hit record.